Hello, hello, hello. So, Shua right here. Happy Tuesday, friends. I am hopping in here just to ask you one question. Well, I'll probably talk beyond that question, but the purpose of this live here is to ask you this one question. Are you excited about your future? I'll say that again. Are you excited about your future? So, let me just make sure that I am live because sometimes technology does not like me and it does all kind of weird stuff. Like earlier today, I was trying to post something and I thought I posted it, and then every time I try to leave my page, Facebook says you're not, you leave. I guess the message. I can't remember how it was even stated, but something to the extent of no, you are leaving the page before the thing posted, and I'm like, I just posted this. I tried that twice, and it still wasn't working. So, oh goodness. Anyway, so yeah, now and then I get out of it and then try it again, and it finally worked. So now I'm just gonna make sure that I am live, live, live. I think I am live, live. Awesome, I see it. Okay, so for those of you who are new to me, you'll be catching this as a replay. I am Shua Allegra. I am an author, speaker, counselor, and life coach. I wear many hats. At the end of the day, I am mom. I'm a friend. I am Shu. So I am hopping on here helping, asking you this question about being excited about your future. So one of the journals that I created I guess 2 months ago, was the goals journal. It was all about setting goals for yourself, and then it takes you step by step about breaking that goals down, making sure it's realistic, making sure you're evaluating your process, your progress, and knowing, how far you're going and when you be tweaked and all that stuff. So I so I did that, and then I've seen people who are using the journal, and some people are just creating goals. You don't have to use my journal to create the goals, but it's a great tool to have. So what I'm saying in general, what I've seen people do, like they'll set goals for themselves, and they're like, well, I have to achieve that goal. Well, it will look good. Oh, well, it's something that I wanted to do forever, which are all good reasons per se, but then they're not so excited about it, and you're like, okay, how much does this goal mean to you? And sometimes even, like I said, I'm a life coach and a counselor. So when I sometimes in session with people, we're working for like, what do you want to focus on? What do you want to work on? And like sometimes I don't sense that enthusiasm. And you're just like, okay, how much is this to you? Like, and because I feel like when you're not in it wholeheartedly, you're only gonna give it half the effort. I said again, when you're not into something wholeheartedly, you're not going to give as much effort. So if you are excited about your goals, you're going to pursue them with, with gusto. You're going to pursue them with, with excitement. You're going to pursue it, you're going to be all in because it means that much to you. So today, like what inspired my daughter is actually the one who inspired this life. Um, what inspired this life was I took her to the doctor today for her physical before school started. So they no, no, it wasn't a health crisis. It was a scheduled appointment. I mean, we have over health crisis going on in our family right now, but this one was not one of them. And so went to the doctor. We did her visit, and as we left, the doctor prescribed some, renewed some of our regular allergy meds, and then prescribed a medication. So when we're coming home, I had to come home straight away because I had things going on here at home. So we didn't stop at the pharmacy to pick it up. And later this evening, then later in the day, so earlier this evening, we went out then to the pharmacy. It's only 5 minutes away. So we went to pick up her medicine. And as soon as she got the bag, it was so funny. I wish I could have, I recorded it. So as soon as she reached out the back, she's like, "Yeah, I got my meds. I got my meds. I got my meds." I'm like, "Okay, Hope, that sounded really weird. Like, you're getting excited about meds like this. Like, I'm gonna do unraveling." I'm like, "Of medication?" I said, "Girl, you know how bad that sounds." I'm like, me as a counselor and think like, okay, if you're getting that excited about meds and you're doing, unraveling all this, like, this look good, girlfriend. This will look good. So I explained to her, why that was kind of weird. And she's like, "But mom, I'm going to be a doctor. This is important to me." I'm like, yes, yes, and yes. And it's like she could say, Mom, I want to be a hairdresser, I want to be, I don't know, truck driver. It wouldn't matter what she wanted to do, what wants to do. But the point that she was connecting that bag of medication with her future. And it had, for me, just a bag of meds, just allergy meds and, or inhaler and stuff. So it was not exciting for me. It was just pick up the meds and she got what she needs and, life goes on. But for her, she's like, Mom, this is important because I want to study this. This is something that matters to me for my future. So I'm going to open the bag and read the ingredients and see what meds help with what condition, and and learn more about that drug. I just say that drug family, if you want, like what medicine go together, like Claritin and Singular and what's the other one? Zyrtec, all allergy meds, and kind of see why they're on the allergy family, if you want, and what works best. And she's like going on, and you can just, hear the excitement in her face, like you can, in her voice, you can see the joy in her face. And she's 13. So she is still a long way to becoming a doctor. But I kid you not, this kid, since, oh goodness, it's been what? Maybe a year now, or maybe a year and a half, I think. So the beginning of last year, for sure. So it's been at least a year that when she, set up her mind on becoming a doctor. And for her, that was everything. That's what she wants to do when she grows up, when she gets older. And so she started like anything medical, just, she loves. She really, submerged herself in that stuff. So she started first, like we'll go to the library. I kid you not. She got one day, oh, hi, Catherine. Hi, Shu. Hi, Shu. Hi, Sharon. Saying hi to myself. So she got this book. I'm trying to think how big was it. Maybe, I don't know if you guys can see this big here. So this is a Spanish dictionary. But it was that thick, like this thick. It was that thick of a book that had, it was all about bones. I'm like, girlfriend, like those are things I read if I cannot sleep. I'm gonna read to put myself to sleep. But no, but she was excited to read that thick of a book about bones. And then she started buying books about the human anatomy. She started buying books about I don't know what, like different, what she got a book last time, different herbs and stuff, like to look at natural medicine, things that so people don't have to put so too many chemicals in their bodies. She is 13. She wants to be a doctor. Like I say, like, just think about it. She's 13 now, going on 8th grade. She still has all this, all these years, all this journey before she gets to medical school. But she's so excited about her future, about this goal that she has for herself, that anything related to that goal just like excites her. And I'm like, wow, I wish all of us had that kind of excitement. So she was excited about her meds today, and she's like, okay, get home and kept singing, I got my meds, I got my meds. And like, reading all the labels and stuff and try to pronounce, like the medical name for, I think it was Zyrtec or whatever it was, and then like I could mispronounce it. And then so it was fun just to see her that. But I'm like, we all need that. Like, what is those goals that you have for yourself? What are those things that you are wanting to do in your future? Are you that excited about it? Honestly, like you need that. If you're not excited about your future, you're not going to work full heartedly into it. You really aren't going to give yourself or put like half the effort, because it's like, I just got to do it. I just going to, like, we all have things like that, right? For me, it's like, I do not like ironing. So if my clothes are wrinkled, you know why. I even got one of those how do you call a vapor thing, like, so then I don't have to actually be ironing clothes on the board. So it's easier. But it's something that I do only because I really really have to. If like my shirt is that wrinkled that I can't wear in public, then I'm doing that. So we all have those things that we do because we have to, right? I do my car inspection because you can't drive without it or you get a fine, right? So we all have things that we do because we have to. But your future should ignite so much. You have so much passion into it. Like, you should ignite so much passion into your future that you are, really, I'm going to put it, crafting, if you want, that path to get there. And that's actually why I did Reinvent Yourself. Like, it's been the theme for this year, and I think it's going to be, one of my signature, things, because I think it's just, all of us need to reinvent ourselves. And it's not that, something is wrong with you that you have to reinvent yourself. But I think if you're just complacent and happy with where you are, then you're not growing. Can I say that again? If you're happy with where you are, then you're not growing. We all have parts of ourselves that we need to improve. And because that's the whole purpose of, of growing, the whole purpose of, personal growth, personal development. It's like, you want to grow, you want to better yourself, and I think even for As you know, for those of us who are Christian, like I don't think being complacent is even biblical. Because even when you read the Bible, it says like add to your faith perseverance, a persevere. Like we all have to keep working out our faith. Because that's the whole thing of expanding yourself and growing. So if if you have things in your life that you need to keep working on, that's the whole purpose. That's it. You're reinventing yourself. You're reinventing that part of you. And I think for me, it's like, when you set goals for yourself, goals for the week, goals for the month, those New Year's resolution, those are all things that you're doing to reinvent yourself. So maybe it's just a newer term that I'm using, but honestly, it's something that I think anyone who wants, to be a better person, a better friend, a better spouse, a better, parent, better citizen. We all should be, better Christian even. We all should be reinventing ourselves. Like I even have for things in my Christian faith, my faith journey that I'm still working on. I want to spend more time in the Bible. I want to spend more time praying. So those are things that I need to reinvent in my life. Right? Reinvent how I use my time and structure my time so that I have time to do those things that, are important to me. So how excited are you about your future? That's the question I'm asking you again. Because if you're that excited about your future, you're going to go after it. You're going to give it all that you got. And just like my daughter, you're going to start collecting everything that you can find that relates to that. And it's going to be like, just like even think about it when people are expecting a baby. And it's like, as soon as they find they're pregnant, usually people are excited about it, right? And then they start buying baby clothes, and then they do like a registry, and then they start decorating the nursery. And like every step, everything they do to that future that's coming up excites them. Right. And that's because, that's how it should be. But that's because that's something that, that's important to them. So what is important to you, and how can you invest yourself? And when I talk about investment, it's not just, money. Yes, reinventing yourself going to require some time. It requires, financial investment. But think about how can you invest your energy? How can you invest your time? How can you invest your resources, your relationships, your connections, so that you are getting to that future that you want for yourself? And I am trying to pull up here, but my computer does not want to work. So if you look on my page here, we have the Reinvent Yourself course, which is a free course. When you go in there, it's very introductory level, and I want to put that out there, because when you go into that course, it kind of tells you what it means to reinvent yourself, what it takes to reinvent yourself, how you and the benefits of reinventing yourself. And then I have a few worksheets in there to kind of help you start, planning out, if I'm mapping out what it would look like, for you to reinvent yourself. But as I shared earlier, oh, thank you, Kathy. She said, "What an amazing girl, such inspiration." I know she inspired this live, because I was like, she got me pumped, and I'm like, I have to come share. So yeah, so that's the course, and the course is free on Udemy, and it's right. I actually said my cover page, I believe, so you can find it right on my page, on my author page here. But now we have 902 people registered in that course, and I'm like, I'm excited about that. And people are like, well, it's 900 people who register for free. I'm like, for me, making an impact, honestly, that's what I do, why I do what I do. So for me, there's 902 people who are starting to reinvent themselves in different levels of their lives. That is huge. Just imagine the impact they'll be making in their family, in their communities, and then how that just expands, because we're all becoming better people. That is exciting to me. So I said I was going to make an announcement when we get to 1,000 people, but I'm too excited. I couldn't keep quiet. So I'm going to share the big announcement for today, that I'm excited about my future, and I hope you're excited about your future, is that we now have Reinvent Yourself workbook. Yes, Reinvent Yourself workbook is out, people. It's out. It's out, and I hope that you can go check it out. So if you have a future to live, which we all do, if you have goals that you want to achieve, which I hope you do, if you have a future you're trying to craft and map out and create, and I really, really, really would encourage you to have those plans for the future and those goals and dreams and aspiration, then this workbook is for you. So it's Reinvent Yourself workbook, revamp and revitalize your life from the inside out. And if you know me, if hung around me long enough, you know that I love doing things from the inside out. So why is it from the inside out? Because you'll find that the worksheets that are in there, start working on you first, helps you start working on yourself. Like there are worksheets for getting confidence, worksheet for time management, worksheet for, oh, what do we have in there? There's so many. I think there are at least 30 or more worksheets on there. And I'm trying to pull it here, so I can just read all the worksheets that are in there that I think that will be so useful. You know what? Maybe I'll do that for next time because I have to go get my kids ready for bed. It's 8:51. So I will not share all the worksheets, but all what I wanted to do. I'll do that for another time. But for right now, just know, like I was sharing, all the worksheets start with working with from inside out. And then, it goes from working on yourself, your like I say, your confidence, time management, things that you need to do to improve your own life. And then the worksheet for relationships, the worksheet for career, the worksheets, oh my goodness, I can't even think of family. That's what, like, there's actually worksheets, better relationship in your family. There's better worksheet for friendships. So there, I hope that you are so excited about your future that you're gonna go grab that workbook right now. So there's the link, and I hope you have a good night. My kids are calling me. That's part of my future that I'm always excited about. And we have our moments like every family, but for the most part, for the most part, we're all excited to hang around each other. I have to remind my boys of that sometimes, especially earlier they were fighting over who's going to have has time on the screen time. So they're taking turns playing games on the computer. And they were not too happy about being around each other at that moment because each one of them wanted to have the computer to themselves. But anyway, we're just like in any typical family. That's what we do. We fight, we argue, and then we hug, and then life goes on. So I hope you have a good night, and please, please, please remember and be truthful to yourself. That's why I also put the hashtag Truthful Tuesday. Take a moment and just ask yourself, how excited are you about your future? If you're not excited about your future, maybe you need to definitely consider, sitting down with someone that can help you unpack that. Why aren't you excited about it? What are some things that you still need to heal from? Things that you're carrying, right now that are being, kind of heavy on you that makes you not excited about the future. All right, guys. I love you all. Mwah. Good night.